75% of traders have accounts under $25,000. This presents a huge problem because it forces traders to make extremely risky gambles and bets to try to double their accounts so they can finally get to a level where they have enough money to start making pro level money. Instead, this just results in them blowing up their accounts because they're overusing leverage, which then contributes to the statistic of about 95 to 98% of new traders actually failing. The solution to this is actually now the ability to get a funded account up to $500,000 so you can actually start using proper risk management at a fraction of the cost for entry and start finally making real trading decisions like a real professional instead of being a complete fool, degenerate moon boy which shoots for the moon and blows up their account every time. So today I'm going to introduce to you a new way to approach trading. It's called a funded account. With our new partnership with Hydra Funding and 8cap, this is going to give you an opportunity to get to a pro level of trading without taking all the big risks of using a personal account. All right, guys, so I'm super excited to give you guys the opportunity of Hydra Funding. We've been working in the background about this for a long time, trying to get this ready for the new and upcoming traders, as well as all the traders that are already out there under my umbrella and new people who are watching this for the first time. So this is Hydra Funding. And first and foremost, let's just talk about what is a funded account and go through the explanation of that. So first and foremost, we're going to go to hydrafunding.io to take a look at exactly what this is. And this is our website, hydrafunding.io, where we say crypto traders wanted, but it's not only crypto traders. You can trade crypto, stocks, Forex, CFDs, commodities, oils, metals, pretty much everything under the sun. You have access to trade under MT4, and you can trade up to $500,000 risk-free capital, and you get to earn 75% of those profits. And guess what? We cover the losses. It sounds like a catch, but let me explain further and tell you exactly how that works. All you got to do to actually become a funded trader, yes, we're not just going to give out money and capital to any old person off the street. You have to pass an evaluation phase and prove to us that you can actually perform and earn a profit without going into a significant loss. So the step one is sign up for a challenge account with the account size that you want. The max is $500,000, but you can go as low as $25,000, and there's an associated one-time fee associated with whatever account size you choose. I would suggest going straight for the $100,000 account. It's right in the middle of the range that we offer, but you can go up to $500,000 if you wish. And the one-time fee to get that, and I'll explain to you why this $1,000 fee is a significant drop in risk and price as opposed to starting with your own account. $1,000 is going to give you access potentially to $1,000. So how that simply works is you need to not violate any of our loss rules and also reach a 10% profit on the account. So with that said, once you get access to this account, this is not live money yet. You're still in the evaluation phase, so technically you're still in a demo account. And how this works is you cannot have a max loss in a single day of $4,000 or 4% of the $100,000 account, and you cannot go into an overall loss of 5% on the account or $5,000. Now, if you cannot reach any of those loss parameters and then pull off a 10% profit in the account, yes, you have just passed our evaluation phase, which proves to us that you're not just a complete degenerate gambler and you're actually using some proper risk management and can actually pull a profit. And that is when you pass the evaluation phase and actually get access to a real $100,000 account, which you're then going to be able to trade live on the open markets with our partner broker 8cap, who will be providing all the assets that you can trade. And from there, all profits that you make, you can then earn 75% of those profits. The 25% doesn't go to us. It actually goes into the technology partner who's providing all this for us. We're only collecting that first initial fee to give you access to the potential gains that you can be having, which are significant more if you're starting with an account under $25,000. So that's all you got to do. Step one, choose an account down below. Step 2, do not violate any of the loss rules of 4% loss in a day or 5% overall. Step 3, achieve a 10% profit in your account, and then you're going to get funded. So that's just the kind of the rundown of exactly how this works. But let's just talk about what's the more important thing is, why would you want to choose a funded account like this over just opening an account at a live broker anywhere else? So why get funded with Hydra funding, and how is that more beneficial? As I said before, 75% of traders have an account under $25,000. And if your account's under $25,000, if you think about it, if you doubled your account in a year, which is extremely hard to do, that's still only $25,000 over the entire year. That's not a whole lot of money in the grand scheme of things. So how can we actually fix that? Well, today we're going to give you an example of, say, if you have a $10,000 account, a personal account, which I would consider noob level. And yes, I started with under $10,000 when I first started trading in 2005. I didn't have access to $100,000. So we're going to show you how this can benefit you by being able to not start with a $10,000 account, but what if you could start with a $100,000 funded account and start having access to pro level money, so you can start earning pro level profits and start making a significant difference in your life financially by having the access to this capital. So I just want to read a tweet to you guys that I wrote recently. New traders have about a 95 to 98% failure rate. And I tweeted this just recently. Losing everything in trading is not something to be frowned upon. In fact, it's a requirement, a rite of passage. Only then are you prepared to have longevity in this game, because then you have felt max pain, and now you know what happens when you bend the rules even just slightly. Because I blew up my account 3 times in my first 3 years of trading, and I didn't know that you couldn't bend the rules. This is a rule-based game, and we're going to talk about that even more sooner here. You cannot bend the rules. It's extremely easy to lose money. So let's just talk about how a $10,000 personal account at any old broker that you choose is much, much more risky than signing up for a funded account. So for example, let's say if you sign up for a $10,000 personal account, now to profit $10,000 on that $10,000 account, you have to double your account. And to earn 100% gain on your account, to double your account, is extremely difficult to do, if almost not impossible, for 99.9% of traders who are entering the market, right? 95 to 98% are already going to fail. And for those to double account, that's like probably like 99.999999999% not going to happen. When you're trying to double your account or trying to earn big profits on a small account, which I'm sure most of you are already familiar with, because if you have already attempted that, you're going to overuse leverage. And I see people all the time sharing screenshots of 50x leverage in futures trading. I'm just like, ugh, you guys are so stupid. I had somebody posting something to me recently trying to show off to me and say like, hey, mentor, look how good I'm doing. And I'm like, dude, you're using 50x leverage. One bad trade, you're out, and you're risking everything to try to get rich quick. That's not how this game works. You also can't use proper risk management. And when you're not using proper risk management, you're watching your account go up and down significantly more than it should be in both directions. This causes high stress, which also leads to more poor decision making, which also leads to bigger losses and an increased chance of your overall failure in the markets. You're also risking your entire account. If you only have $10,000 to start with and you open an account with $10,000, guess what? The cost to enter the market is that $10,000. And if you screw up just once, you're risking your entire account, because you're risking that entire $10,000 deposit that you made on the broker. So again, you only get one chance to succeed. And when I first started trading in 2005, it took me 3 different tries with about $5,000 to $10,000 of losing that over and over again over the course of 3 years before I ever learned all the lessons that I needed to learn to understand, like, okay, I can't use this as a get rich quick scheme. I have to use proper risk management. I have to calm down. I have to stop doubling this small account and actually do this over a slow period of time so that I can survive and actually make money. Now, let's take a look at the difference with a $100,000 funded account. To profit just $10,000, similar to profiting with $10,000 over here, all you have to do is earn a 10% profit on your account, which is much, much easier to do than trying to earn a 100% gain on your account, which is almost impossible. So with that said, you don't need to overuse leverage, which is a huge factor in the risk parameters that people blow their accounts up, is because they're over leveraged. When you have $100,000 to earn 10%, you don't have to use a bunch of crazy leverage to try to earn that 10%. This also allows you to use proper risk management when you're actually entering your trades, because you can enter in more sizable positions without having to use the bulk of your entire account for one position. And when you're using proper management, this results in much less stress overall in the trade, because you're not seeing, a $10,000 account swing 50% up and 50% down in the same day. You're using a small fraction of the position sizes with a much larger account, which then results in much less stress and makes it so that you can actually make more rational decisions, which leads to better trading and a higher success rate. And on top of that, guys, this is the big one. It only cost $1,000 to get access to a $100,000 account. To open a personal $10,000 account, because $10,000 is all you have, it costs you $10,000. But to potentially get access to a $100,000 account, all it costs you is $1,000 to take that assessment fee. If you pass it, you get access to $100,000. If you don't pass it, guess what? Yeah, you failed, but it only cost you $1,000, and you didn't have to go through the process of, I just lost my entire $10,000 account. When you open a personal account, guess what? If you lose everything, you lost your entire bag. You don't have any money left to retry again. But with a funded account, it only costs $1,000 to get access to the potential of $100,000. So for my example, I blew up my account 3 times over the course of 3 years before I finally came back my 4th try with so much losses and knowledge in my head and more experience that I finally got it in my head about what I can and cannot do to do this over the long term and actually make it a career for me. Now, to do that with a funded account, you could buy 3 100K plans, fail each time, and then still have $7,000 in your account, and then open up a 4th account and potentially start again successful. So you could blow up 3 accounts just like I did before you finally realize, okay, now I kind of got the feel for the market. This time I'm actually going to do this successfully. And guess what? You still have $7,000 in the bank, as opposed to losing $10,000 in your personal account and only getting 1 chance at this and only blowing up 1 account. Okay. And like I said before in the previous sweep, losing everything, blowing up an account is part of the game, especially when you're the beginner. You need to almost do that to realize, okay, I can't bend the rules. I can't break these rules, because this is what happens when I do that. It's hard to teach that rule to somebody until they've actually experienced it for themselves. Which brings me to this next tweet that I posted not too long ago as well. I said, trading is a rule-based game. If you break them, you will be disqualified. Again, so that goes back to, again, guys, when you're opening up a personal account, say $10,000 all you have, you're risking that entire $10,000 for 1 chance at trying to make this work. With a funded account, it only costs $1,000 for each time you try to actually make this work, which makes it much less risky. On top of that, you're getting all these different benefits of having access to big potential profits because your account's bigger. You don't need to overuse leverage. You can finally use proper risk management. It only costs $1,000 for entry to get potential access to that account funded. Another very difficult thing when you're trading on your own and you're in a personal account is you're just freely trading. Nobody's telling you what to do or what you can and cannot do. And this mostly leads to trading with fantasy and not logic, thinking trades like, but what if this 50x leverage trade runs, right? So many people get caught up in the fantasy. For me, when I started trading in 2005, it was all about penny stocks, seeing these penny stocks double, triple, quadruple, and it became the fantasy of, if I go on leverage, and what if I catch the next one that does this? How much money I could make? I could finally double, triple, quadruple my account if I bet everything on one trade. That's exactly how people go broke and people blow up their accounts. It's not how people ever make money successfully. Sure, you might hear some stories of people doing that, but guess what? I guarantee if you talk to them in 1 to 2 years from now, all their money is gone because they continued with that same exact behavior, which leads to blowing up your account. And that's why there's a 95 to 98% failure rate across the board in trading. Other things like going on a losing streak and you're like, screw it, let's bet the farm. Or going into trades thinking, I could lose everything on this trade if it goes wrong, but if I win, this could be a game changer for my life financially. Very bad decision-making process. And again, when no one is watching, this enables gambling. And a lot of people, myself included, when I first started trading, my account was so small, I kept telling myself like, okay, if I can just hit a few big home run trades and finally get my account to a certain level, then I'll finally start using proper risk management, and then I'll start doing this the proper way. There's no logic in that. You have to start the proper way from the beginning and build those good habits in trading, because that's what creates longevity. And if you don't have longevity in this game, you're never going to get rich in this game. Now, when you have a Hydra forced risk management account, guess what? We have set risk parameters that actually force you to play by the rules. If you lose 5%, you're out. This forces you to focus on defense instead of offense, and also forces you to think long-term instead of the trying to get rich quick short-term game plan, which never works ever. Just for an example, another tweet that I just posted recently. Yes, I'm sharing a lot of tweets here, but there's a lot of knowledge bombs that I'm dropping. And I said here on October 12, 2022, I said, for every trade I make, I could care less what the best case scenario for the trade is. My main and only concern is what is the worst case scenario and how do I avoid that? And yes, that is my secret to dominating this game nearly 20 years later since I started trading. Defense is the key to trading. So guys, these are just some of the main really important reasons why a funded account can be a game changer for so many traders that are starting out with a small account balance and don't have access to that pro level money that it gives them the ability to have pro level trading tactics. When you have an account at $10,000, you're making stupid decisions trying to double that account, trying to get rich, trying to get to a level where you can finally use proper risk management. I know the mentality. I was in the same boat when I started in 2005, and I went through 3 years of losing and blowing up my account 3 times with that same tactic of trying to live in the fantasy of what if I get this big win, before I finally realized that I have to take this slow and actually learn how to do this properly. Yes, it's going to take time. It took me a long time to build my account up over $100,000. But with this, you can instantly get access to upwards of $500,000 if you pass the evaluation phase that we offer. Now, another big thing here, guys, is that, if you open up an account with most brokers out there, you're either doing stocks or you're doing Forex or you're doing crypto, all at different brokers. With our partnership at 8cap, you do get access to crypto, Forex, stocks, and CFDs. So all the major cryptos are out there, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and a bunch of others you have access to on our platform. You're not going to get access to all the shit coins and cum rockets and all that bullshit, okay? That's not what we're here to trade. We're here to trade high liquid assets, because if you're using big money, you can only trade high liquid assets, because we want to compete with the pros. We don't want to be down with all the degenerates trading the cum rockets, trying to get rich quick. We all know those people are losers. Maybe you're one of them. Well, guess what? I'm trying to help you change and not become one of them. So anyways, guys, after you sign up for an account and click the apply button and go through here, you're going to get an email. You will then be directed to this page where you can add a few things where you want to trade over the weekend, or stop losses not required. This is going to cost you $1,000 plus any of these upsells you want. You can also purchase with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDC. Now, once you purchase this, you're going to get access to the back end. It's going to show you all the results that you have. Obviously, this is just a demo account that I'm showing and illustrating here for the sake of this video. You're going to show all your current results. It's going to show you all the max daily loss rules and your potential profits here. It's going to show you your profit share, the download platform for the MT4 and MT5. You're going to show you the rules that's going down, basically everything you need to know about your potential progress on your account right now. Also, if you do fail your first couple accounts, which could be a very high probability, obviously I blew up my account several times, then you can just go over here and purchase a new assessment to retry and learn from the mistakes that you had on the first round, because likely if you're inexperienced, you're going to make mistakes, and there's a very high failure rate because a lot of people have to go through the process of learning, okay, what can I not do? And I understand now that if I do that and I break these rules, I am going to lose. And that's what's it's just the reality of trading. I can't make any soft cushion that in any way, shape, or form. It's a very difficult game, but at least with Hydra funding, it only costs $1,000 to use $100,000, whereas opposed if you open a personal account with $10,000, you're risking that all right at the get-go. In addition, guys, this is an example of the platform MT5. Currently, you can see the 8cap demo, all the coins that you want to do, right? This is USD JPY, which I'm actually currently short on. Then you can also just drag and drop Bitcoin over here, which is also pumping. We're actually making a bunch of money on Bitcoin right now. You can also trade indices such as the US 30, of which I'm potentially getting short coming up here. And then also you can just go to view symbols and you can see all the different cryptos that we have on here. We have high cap, all the majors, mid cap, low cap, all the different coins and cryptos. You can trade different crypto indices such as the top 10 altcoins, crypto 10, DeFi, top 25 crypto indexes. These are all different indexes that you could trade in cryptos. There's also stocks, ASX, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, German Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange. You have access a shitload of different assets over here. We also have commodities like the oil, also all the metals, gold, silver, and then of course all your favorite Forex pairs over in here. So there is a lot of access to a lot of different assets. I know a lot of people in my community have been waiting for me to drop this, and now you have access to trade all these things all here with our partnership at 8cap through Hydra funding and getting a funded account. So anyways, guys, that's basically a wrap for this video. I went way longer than I expected, but head to hydrafunding.io, pick an evaluation. If you can earn 10% without going into a 5% loss, you're going to get access to a shitload of money, of which you then earn 75 profit on. And this is a huge game changer for people with small accounts because it gives you access to pro level money, so you can finally start using pro level trading tactics without having to become a degenerate gambler to try to double a small account. But anyways, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll look forward to trading with you.